The Pfaff Creative 4.5 sewing machine is an amazing machine. And we're just going to give you a quick little overview of what you have to look forward to when you either purchase this or if you've already purchased it, just some of the things that we're going to talk about in all these videos. There's going to be quite a few of them, close to 80 or to 90 videos, maybe even a little bit more because I'm noticing there's lots of extra bonus things in both the sewing side and the embroidery side. So one of the things that I do love about this machine as I'm using it is how much space and how much lighting I have within this space. You have 10 inches to really work with some of those larger projects, and then lighting all the way across the project as I sew. There's not a lifter in the back, so when I step on the foot control, I can just sew. It doesn't, I don't have to put my foot up and down. The integrated IDT, which is like a walking foot. The buttons I'm always using right at my fingertips. So like the thread snips, it cuts the thread, it lifts the foot up, and I can pull it out, put my next piece in, and I'm ready to go. All the stitches that are built into this machine, we have hundreds of them. So, and they're not just normal stitches, they stitch out a full 9 millimeters wide, plus there are stitches, watch this, because when you see them on screen, these are actual size. So if they're bigger, that's what size they're going to sew out on the fabric. So if you're very visual, this color touch screen is going to be awesome. Anything that I touch or do, I can always see my changes. It's going to change it on screen. It'll indicate with green numbers that I've changed it from the default setting. I could save this stitch so I don't forget the perfect setting that I have. And speaking of stitches, if you've had a machine of a different brand before this and there was a decorative stitch on that machine, you have what is called a stitch creator. So you can actually design your own stitch or take a stitch that's in here and play with it and manipulate it. So there's lots of things that you can do to truly customize your sewing experience. There's menus in here that can allow me to pre-program when it locks the stitches, when it doesn't lock the stitches, taper any of my stitches. So I can have some of these stitches tapered. I can put into memory different types of stitches, and I even have a whole entire memory that I can choose lettering for. Now this is just a quick overview of the sewing side. I don't have the embroidery module on, so we won't go in. I mean, I guess I can go into the embroidery part because you can do that without having it attached. The embroidery part, you can sneak over to the embroidery side, show you the screen, get everything set up, but before you have to stitch, you just have to put that on with your hoop. So yes, jumping between sewing and embroidery, and looks just, it remembered where I was, the last thing that I was doing as I was getting ready to pick different stitches. So one thing about this machine is how quick it sews, how precise it sews, and truly giving me plenty of options. One of the things I always tell our customers about the Pfaff machines is that, yes, you can always do what a lot of machines do, but with Pfaff, there's always one more thing. There's always a second layer, and that's what we're going to get into with all these different videos, is that one more thing that Pfaff does offer with their machines. So let's get into all these great areas, the different types of stitches, and how to truly utilize all the function buttons so you get the most out of the machine.